Record top left, it's recording. Press that. Your caravan probably didn't have one of these, which is a stabiliser hitch. Okay, it has got, obviously that locks it onto the tow ball, as you would have had on your previous van. And obviously you've got that button as well that pops up when the tow ball's inside. It just shows you, indicates that that's up there. Okay. This here is actually, as I said, a stabiliser hitch. I'll just put that down here. What that does is it stabilises the caravan. So what it does is slows down the movement of yawing and pitching. Obviously, it won't stop everything, so it won't stop all the movement that can obviously end up in a snake if you're not careful. Yeah. So obviously it's very important how you load a van. So if you're happy on how to load a van, obviously heavy stuff over the top of the axle, or just slightly forward of the axle. Obviously you've got a big storage space under that bed at the back. Try not to put too much heavy stuff. You can put bulky light stuff, but heavy stuff when you're travelling is probably not a good idea because the back end might start doing that. You obviously got a decent tow car, which obviously that helps. Yeah. Okay, this actually works off friction on the tow ball, so the tow ball needs to be grease free, so no grease on the tow ball, and it needs to be paint free as well. So if you've got a brand new tow ball, which it looks like it could be,
it is, then
you've probably still got paint on it.
It is a little bit. I think so anyway.
Yeah, I would expect so. If it's brand new, you haven't touched it, it would have. I'll have to take the paint off it because otherwise it contaminates the little pads that are inside that grip the ball.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay, breakaway cable.
Yeah.
I assume you had one of them on your last one.
Yep.
Yeah, you're happy with how that works, what that does? Yeah, so obviously part of the handbrake. So you've got your jockey wheel clamp. Yeah. So make sure that is tight.
Otherwise,
we've had one or two that have shut down to the bottom and then the wheels connected with the A-frame cover and smashed that. So just be very careful. Also, you got your two electrics, black and your grey electrics. Obviously, the black one does your main lights. The grey one, so you get charge, fridge and your charger. Okay. Yeah. Happy with that bit?
Yeah.
Okay, gas locker. Again, probably slightly different. As in, you probably had a regulator on the end which connected to your gas bottle. On this one, it's actually the regulator is connected to the caravan.
Okay, cool.
You can use butane or propane off that particular regulator, but you're going to need one of these, which is a pigtail.
Okay. Oh, we need to get one of those.
Yeah, we need to get one of them. That's mine, obviously, at the moment. Obviously, it'll depend on what gas you've got. If you've got propane, it would be something similar to that.
Yeah, I've got propane, yeah.
Yeah, so you want something that you can either get the hand type one like that is, or you can get a obviously spanner type one, which is a bit more secure. Okay, obviously you've got your winder handle, wheel nut wrench as well.
Yeah.
Obviously part of that, a reasonable amount of space to put stuff you collect.
At least that body is secure.
Sorry?
At least that body is secure.
Why, you haven't got secure?
Our body's going like that in the moment.
Oh no. Obviously a bit, obviously a good time to change it.
Yeah.
I don't say it's 20-year-old.
Yeah. Obviously we get quite a bit of wear, obviously moving down the road and things like that, obviously flexing around all the time. Right, obviously this is our Akrol. This is your water connection. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a filter in the bottom of it. Yeah. Obviously make sure that's in a full tank, full of water. Yeah. And that's down. If you see that there, you see the lid actually locks it in.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so don't try and pull that out with that lid down. Yeah. Always make sure the lid's up.
Yeah,
sure. You'll end up with that coming out and cracking it or damage it totally. Okay, water vent for the water boiler. Okay. Okay, that's the cover for it.
Okay.
If you want to use it on gas, you have to take the cover off. If you don't take the cover off, all you do is just shut it down. Okay. If you run on electric, it does that. It's okay to use it with the cover on, but if you're using gas, you've got to take that cover off. Okay. Okay. I've got my battery in there at the moment. So I don't know if you've got a battery with you.
No, we haven't got it with us.
You haven't got one with you? Or are you going to buy one?
It's in our old van because we could only fit a limited number of stuff in there.
Yeah.
So, we haven't brought a lot of stuff with us, unfortunately.
No, I assume you bring the minimal stuff. Yeah. I'm not sure if we can use that one or not. Maybe I have to borrow that. Are you just stopping the one night, are you?
It's just the one night, literally.
So you can borrow that one if you want, and then as long as you give it back in the morning.
Yeah.
Ready for another customer. I need to obviously hand over tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, 240 connection there. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, again, it's our cable. So obviously, when you're plugging up, make sure you plug it into the caravan first. Then, obviously, fully unwind your cable, plug it into your bollard. Obviously, if you do it, plug it into the bollard first, then you've obviously got a live cable. So don't do it that way around because obviously you walk across wet grass. Yeah. You could end up with a shock. Motor mover. If you had a motor mover on your last one.
No.
No. This is the isolating key here, and the isolating key point. What that does there is turn the power on to your motor mover. I'll show you that afterwards. Okay. Okay, because obviously we've got everything connected. Don't want to start trying to move things around with that still dragging on the floor. Okay, I'll take the wheel hubs off. Obviously, very important that you check your wheel nuts before each travel. Okay, it is 88 Newton meters because on the steel wheel, it does say in your handbook. So I will check them before you leave. Okay. Wastewater outlet.
Yeah.
Okay, probably something similar as you might on your other van.
Yeah.
Toilet. You may have had your flush reservoir in with your waste tank last time. On this one now, you've got the reservoir is up here.
Okay.
Okay, to drain it, obviously apart from you can flush it into your toilet, for winter obviously, is that little plug there.
Okay.
So you can drain that out. So make sure you are draining it for winter, because even if you'll get a bit of water still in there, it can obviously damage it.
Yeah.
So make sure you drain it for winter. Okay.
Alright.
Waste cassette, is that something similar? I would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. Okay, so you're happy how that works, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Right, obviously underneath, obviously access to under the bed.
Yeah.
As I said before, obviously because it's right at the back of the van, don't put anything heavy there. You can put obviously like bulky stuff, like empty aqua or empty waste master or whatever. Another locker, this one's what we call a wet locker.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good idea to put the 240 outlet into a wet locker?
It's always a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah. Obviously you've got an outlet there for the cable.
Sure.
So what we've got above our heads, that's your control panel. So that's 12 volt systems on or off. Okay, you can see there's two lights still on.
For the battery.
Yeah. Well, they're actually running off 240 at the moment, them two.
Okay.
Yeah, that switches the power from the battery. So that's your 12 volt system. So you need to switch that on every time you go in your van. Or leave it on obviously once you're on site. That is the main light as you come through the door. Okay, so that's just that one switch. That's your water pump. Obviously light on, that's to show your water pump is on. Then you go to check your battery, is that one there.
Yeah.
You just press that. It gives you a rough guesstimate to how decent your battery is.
Okay.
Obviously the battery you've got on it.
So that there is just running off the battery, isn't it? Well, if you're not connected up to power.
Yeah, so you every time you use a van, you need to switch that switch on. Yeah. So if you're not connected to 240,
Yeah.
you'd just be running off the 12 volt system.
Which will be there.
That's off at the moment. That's on.
That's off the battery, sorry.
Yeah, that's off the battery. Yeah,
Alright,
off
okay,
your 12
cool.
volt system.
Cool.
Okay, even if you are connected to 240, you still need to switch that on.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Right. Happy with
So
that?
it needs to be on anyway. So
Yeah. So every time you use your van, you can see that there. There's a yellow drain switch. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Obviously, in the position it's in at the moment, that allows water to run around the system. Lift it up, that will drain the water out. Okay. So always make sure you obviously drain it, especially for winter. Obviously, the last thing you want to do is get water inside your van and freezing. As well as lifting that up to centre, always open all the taps to centre as well. So it allows the air to draw out through the taps. Yeah. So do it with each tap. I tend to, on my last trip out, every time I tend to drain the tank as I'm travelling. So
Yeah.
So obviously the movement of the van obviously helps the water to get out. Obviously again, make sure you open all the taps. Okay, that's your control box for your motor mover.
Okay.
Okay, and then you've also got a pump, which is on-board water pump on this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Make sure they're all shut off. Then you switch the water pump on. Open the tap up, get all the air out of the system. Obviously you've drained it. So you'll have obviously air spluttering away to start with. Obviously I've primed it already. To fill your hot water tank, turn it to the hot side of your tap. Again, open it up, get all the air out. Obviously again it will be spluttering like mad until you fill your tank. So once you've got a solid stream like that, you've then got a full tank.
Okay.
Okay. Then you can heat the water. Obviously you don't heat the water straight away. Obviously you already primed it. But it's not instant heat. So you've got to heat that tank of water before you get hot water.
Where's the heating tank plug switch?
I'm going to come to that in a minute. Obviously your hot water tank's in that corner there.
Cool.
To heat your water, you've got two options. One is electric and one is gas. You can run it on both. That's your consumer unit as well.
Yeah.
What I didn't mention before, you've also got what is called a car van switch. If you can see that, that's the only one that's not lit there. That's the water heater on electric. That's space heater, room heater. That's your battery charger. So obviously that's switched on, you've got 240 connected, it will charge your battery. This one here, you can see that there, obviously I shut the 12 volt off then. Okay, so if it's in the centre, you can see that says car van there. So it applies to that switch there. Car van, it needs to be on the van side of it. What you could do, if you had the car connected, is switch it to the car side of it and run off the 12 volt off the car when you're on site.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to really, because if you drain the battery on that,
yeah, you're not going anywhere.
You're not going home anyway. So it's always best to put it onto the van side, not the car side.
Alright.
Okay, obviously it won't do anything. If it's not connected to the car, it won't do anything anyway, but always put it onto the van side. Okay, so you got isolator switch, which is space heater, that's your room heater, which is your fire behind you.
Yep.
Water heater, so that heats up the element in the boiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that does it on electric. Okay, that is the one thing where you may damage. Okay, if you've drained your boiler and you've left that switch on,
you burn your element out.
Yeah, you can damage your element. You may be looking at trips. Then you might be able to reset it by unplugging the 240 and plugging it back in again. You may reset it, but obviously being an older van, you don't know how many times that's already happened, so it could damage it. So before you leave site, always make sure you switch that off.
Okay.
Because as soon as you unplug 240, even though that switch is on, that's it, power's gone. But you get to your next site, and if you've drained your boiler and you're connecting everything on the outside before you come in, you connect to your 240, that will automatically start heating.
Again, yeah.
Okay. So that's your water heater there on electric. The gas is behind you. See that one there? If you notice, you had a red light in it then. But to turn it on, okay, is the outer ring. Turn it to that position there. You see that little marks up with like a flame there.
Yeah.
Green light, that's okay. That's fired up. If it goes to red, that means it's failed. Okay, so it's failed to light the gas.
Okay.
If it fails to light the gas, switch it off. There are obviously a few reasons why that may have happened. One, you haven't switched your gas on, so you haven't turned your gas on in your cylinder. Two, you haven't got any gas. Or three, you've left the cover on. So if you left that cover on, that will fail and go to red. Or four, if you tend to run it on electric, which most people do, they don't tend to fire it up on gas. Because obviously if you pay for the pitch, the electric's in with it, so you tend to use electric. Always fire it up every now and again just on gas, because what happens, over a period of time, it'll get air in the system.
Yeah.
Okay? So if it does fail, and that is the reason, obviously you've eliminated all the other reasons. Obviously you switch it back on again. If it goes to red again, obviously you switch it off again. What you're doing then is, every time you switch it on, it's purging the air out of the system, so it's getting through to the solid gas supply.
So that means our gas heater's on?
That's your water heater.
Water heater?
Yeah,
okay.
Water heater on gas. If you see that there, it says Ultra Store. That says Ultra Heat. Ultra Heat is your heater. Okay, so your fire. Ultra Store is storing your water, if you remember it like that. So that's now running water heater on gas now.
Okay.
Okay, the difference between heating on electric or gas. Electric is just thermostatically controlled 70 degrees, that's it. Gas side of it, you can control it thermostatically there, so you can obviously put a cooler temperature if you wanted to.
Okay.
Okay. Switch that one off. The next one, obviously, you're happy with your water heating, so electric, gas.
Yep.
Okay, with your room heater, which is your fire behind you, or you're sitting on, more or less. Obviously, you've got your isolating switch on there for your electric. Okay, so you switch that on there. Then you've got this control here. Okay, as I said, ultra heat in your room. Again, it comes on with a green light. That doesn't mean gas. You see that? It says 230 volt there, look. Okay, so it's not gas, so don't get it mixed up with it. It looks very similar to that one as a green light comes on. The only reason why that's got a green light is just to show it's working. If I switch this switch off here, that green light goes off. Okay, so if I switch space heater off, green light's off.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you switch that and there's no green light on it, obviously it's not working.
So that's the heating for the electric connection.
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
So if I switch that space heater back on, you've got a green light on. So the options you've got there are 500 watts, 1000 watts or 2000 watts. So obviously you can swap between, obviously 2000 watts being the hottest.
Okay.
Okay, and you've also got a thermostat control in the centre. So what that's doing is heating an element up behind your fire. Okay, so you may be able to feel a bit of warmth. Should be. It won't obviously, but it takes a while.
You can hear it started, so.
Yeah, it's actually got a fan running at the moment. Okay, so that will heat an element up in your fire. Obviously, when it's warm enough, it's thermostatic controlled, so it will click off when it needs to, once it gets up to temperature. Okay. So that's the electric side. The gas side. Your gas side of your heater is this one here.
Yeah.
Okay, so all you do is turn that. You can hear the clicking. Should be fire. Trying to fire up. That's what the. Fire up now. Unless someone's turned the gas off. There we go. If you can hear that just fire up then. If you look down that window there, you should be able to see the flame.
Yeah, I've seen, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously 10 being the hottest. Obviously the gas heater is more efficient than the electric heater. If it's really cold then you're probably better run on gas.
Right, okay.